The security guard's hand was already on his shoulder. Firm, deliberate, the kind of grip that says, "You don't belong here." "Sir, I'm gonna need you to come with me." The man didn't resist, didn't argue, just looked down at the hand, then back up at the guard's face. And that's when the guard saw it. A small detail, something most people would miss. But in the next few minutes, that detail would flip everything upside down and cost someone their job. If you're enjoying these instant justice stories, we post new ones every single day. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss what happens next. His name is Carter, 63 years old, dressed in faded jeans, a worn jacket with a broken zipper, and boots that had seen better decades. The leather's cracked, the soles worn down unevenly. These aren't fashion boots, these are work boots that have worked. He's standing in the lobby of the Grandview Hotel, 5-star, marble floors imported from Italy, chandeliers that cost more than most people's cars, the kind of place where the doorman wears white gloves and guests arrive in town cars with tinted windows. Carter doesn't fit, and head of security Marcus Webb notices immediately. Webb has worked this hotel for 12 years, started as a night guard, worked his way up. He prides himself on reading people, knowing who belongs and who's just passing through hoping no one asks questions. He's removed panhandlers, scam artists, thieves casing the gift shop. He's escorted out drunk wedding guests and celebrities having breakdowns. He's seen it all, and his instinct, honed over a decade, tells him Carter is a problem waiting to happen. Carter is standing near the concierge desk, looking around slowly. Not lost, not confused, just observing. His eyes move across the room like he's cataloging everything. The exits, the staff, the cameras in the corners. Webb approaches from the side, professional, confident, hand resting casually near his radio. "Excuse me, sir, can I help you with something?" Carter turns. His face is weathered, deep lines around the eyes, scars on his hands, the kind of tired that doesn't come from one bad night, but from years of carrying something heavy. "Just waiting for someone," Carter says quietly. His voice is rough, like gravel. Webb's eyes scan him quickly. No luggage, no shopping bags, no briefcase, no smartphone, just an old flip phone clipped to his belt. No reason to be here. "Are you a guest at the hotel?" "No." "Are you meeting a guest?" Carter hesitates, just for a second. His jaw works like he's chewing on the words before letting them out. "Sort of." That hesitation is all Webb needs. Webb's tone shifts, still polite, but firmer now, the way a cop talks when they're giving you one chance to comply before things escalate. "Sir, this lobby is for hotel guests and their visitors. If you're not meeting someone specific, I'm gonna need you to wait outside." A couple, walking past, designer luggage, matching cashmere scarves, slows down, watching. The woman whispers something to her husband. Carter doesn't move. "I'm not causing any trouble." "I didn't say you were," Webb replies, stepping closer, close enough that Carter has to look up slightly. Webb is taller, younger, and he uses that. But hotel policy is clear. Loitering isn't permitted. "I'm not loitering. I'm waiting." "For who?" Carter doesn't answer right away. His jaw tightens, not in anger, in something else. Shame, maybe, or just exhaustion from having this conversation before, in other places, other lobbies, other spaces where he didn't fit the image. "My daughter," he finally says. Webb doesn't believe him, because Webb has heard every excuse, every story. The guy waiting for his friend who's actually trying to use the bathroom without buying anything. The woman meeting family who's really waiting to steal a purse left unattended. The businessman taking a call who's scoping out room numbers. And this one, guy in his 60s dressed like he just walked off a construction site, claiming he's meeting family at a 5-star hotel? It doesn't add up. "What's your daughter's name?" Webb asks, pulling out his phone. "I can call up to her room." Carter shakes his head. "She's not staying here. She works here." Now Webb is certain. This man is lying. "Sir, I know every employee in this hotel. Housekeeping, kitchen, management, maintenance. If your daughter worked here, I'd know her." "She started 2 weeks ago," Carter says quietly. "Events coordinator." Webb's patience is running out. The couple is still watching. The concierge is glancing over. This is becoming a scene,
and scenes are bad for business. What's her name? Sarah. Sarah what? Sarah Mitchell. Webb pulls up the employee directory on his phone, scrolls through, and there it is. Sarah Mitchell, hired February 3rd, events coordinator. But that doesn't change anything, because even if this guy is her daughter, he still doesn't belong in this lobby looking like that, not with guests paying $800 a night expecting a certain atmosphere, a certain class of people around them. Okay, Webb says, putting his phone away. Sarah Mitchell, fine, but you still can't wait here. Hotel policy. Where am I supposed to wait? Outside, or in the employee entrance around back? Carter's face hardens. You want me to wait in the alley? It's not an alley, it's the service entrance. There's a bench, it's covered. Same thing. It's where employees and their families wait when they're not on duty. So I'm not good enough for the lobby. Webb feels his frustration rising. Why is this so difficult? Why can't this guy just follow a simple instruction? It's not about good enough, it's about policy. Do you see anyone else waiting in this lobby who isn't a guest? Carter looks around, and he's right. Everyone here is either checking in, checking out, or dressed like they just stepped out of a catalog. Yeah, Carter says quietly. I see exactly what you mean. A small crowd has formed now. Not obvious, but people are watching. Guests pretending to check their phones, staff glancing over from the front desk. The concierge has her hand near her own radio. Webb feels the eyes on him, and he makes a choice. He reaches for Carter's arm. Not rough, but not gentle either. The way you guide someone who doesn't want to go, but will once they realize resistance is futile. Sir, I'm going to escort you outside. Please don't make this difficult. Carter pulls his arm away. Not violently, just firmly. The movement of someone who's been manhandled before and decided it wouldn't happen again. I'm not going anywhere. Webb's voice drops, low, almost a whisper, the tone you use when you want someone to know you're serious without causing a bigger scene. Sir, if you don't leave voluntarily, I will call the police and have you removed for trespassing. For what? Standing in a lobby? For refusing to leave private property when asked by security. The word trespassing hangs in the air like smoke. Carter's hands ball into fists, not to fight, just tension. The kind of tension that comes from being humiliated too many times and finally running out of patience. The concierge picks up her phone. The couple with the luggage has stopped entirely now, openly staring. And that's when Carter does something unexpected. He doesn't argue, doesn't raise his voice, doesn't make threats. He just unzips his jacket, slowly. Webb's hand goes to his radio, instinct, because in his experience, when someone reaches for their jacket during a confrontation, you prepare for escalation. But Carter isn't reaching for a weapon. Underneath, Carter is wearing a faded t-shirt, navy blue, worn thin from too many washes, the kind of shirt that's been through a decade of dryers and still refuses to fall apart. Across the chest, in block letters that have faded from white to gray, USS Theodore Roosevelt, CVN 71, 1992-1998. Below that, smaller text, Engineering Department, Reactor Division. And at the bottom, almost too faded to read, We light the fires that move the fleet. Webb sees it, and for the first time since this confrontation started, his confidence wavers. Because Webb knows what that means. Carter isn't just some guy off the street. He's not homeless, he's not a vagrant, he's not trying to scam anyone. He's a veteran, Navy, 6 years on a nuclear-powered aircraft carrier, engineering department, which means he spent those 6 years in the belly of a ship maintaining a nuclear reactor while floating in the middle of an ocean, making sure thousands of sailors stayed alive and mission-ready. And Webb, former Army, 2 tours in Iraq, honorable discharge, just told a fellow service member to wait in an alley like he's trash. The crowd sees it too. The couple with the luggage exchanges a look. The concierge lowers her phone. Webb feels the eyes on him, and he makes a choice. You served, Webb says. Not a question, a statement, almost an accusation, like Carter should have led with that information. 6 years, Carter replies quietly. Engineering, reactor division, qualified in nuclear propulsion, did a deployment in the Persian Gulf during Desert Storm follow-up operations, another one in the Med. Decommissioned in '98 when my contract was up. Webb takes a step back. The crowd is still watching, but now they're not watching Carter like he's a problem. They're watching Webb like he's made a mistake. "Why didn't you say something?" Webb asks, his voice softer now. Carter's expression doesn't change. "Didn't think it mattered." "It matters." "Does it?" Carter looks around the lobby, at the marble, the chandeliers, the people in tailored suits and designer dresses. "Because from where I'm standing, it looks like the only thing that matters is how much money you've got in your wallet and whether your clothes came from the right store." Webb doesn't have an answer for that, because Carter's right. Webb made an assumption, based on appearance, based on class, based on the unspoken rule
That people who look like Carter don't belong in places like this, that they're problems waiting to happen, threats to be managed, statistics to be avoided. And now, standing here in front of a man who spent 6 years keeping a nuclear reactor running in the middle of the ocean so people back home could sleep safely at night, so people like Webb could serve in Iraq knowing the Navy had their back, Webb feels small. The weight of his uniform suddenly feels different, not like authority, like responsibility he just failed. Before we get to what happens next, drop a comment below. Have you ever been judged based on how you looked? How did it feel? Now, back to the story. "I'm sorry," Webb says finally. The words feel inadequate, like trying to apologize for a hurricane with a paper towel. "You can wait here, as long as you need." Carter nods once, but there's no satisfaction in it, no victory, just weariness. "Appreciated." Webb turns to walk away, his face burning with shame. But before he can take 2 steps, a voice cuts through the lobby. "Dad?" Sarah Mitchell is standing near the elevator bank, mid-30s, sharp blazer, confident posture, tablet under one arm. The look of someone who's been in back-to-back meetings and is running on caffeine and determination. She's staring at her father and at Marcus Webb and at the small crowd that's formed. And she knows exactly what just happened. Her face goes from confusion to understanding to cold fury in about 3 seconds. She crosses the lobby quickly, heels clicking on marble, each step deliberate. "Dad, I'm so sorry. I got held up in a meeting with the GM. I texted you to wait by the coffee shop across the street." Carter pulls out his old flip phone. The screen is cracked. One of the buttons is held on with tape. "Didn't get it. Must not have gone through." Sarah looks at Webb. Her expression is professional, but the kind of professional that's a thin layer of ice over deep, cold water. "Is there a problem here, Marcus?" Webb clears his throat, suddenly aware that every word out of his mouth is being heard by a dozen people. No problem. Just making sure your father was comfortable." Sarah doesn't buy it. Her eyes flick to the crowd, to her father's unzipped jacket, to the USS Roosevelt shirt underneath. She's not stupid. She knows what happened here. "I see," she says quietly. "Well, thank you for your concern. Come on, Dad, let's grab lunch." As they walk toward the exit, Sarah glances back at Webb one more time. And Webb knows. He knows that conversation isn't over. He knows there will be a follow-up, a report, a conversation in someone's office. But what he doesn't know yet is how bad it's going to get. Later that afternoon, Webb is called into the general manager's office. Richard Kensington, 58, former Marine, runs the hotel like a military operation. Efficient, by the book, zero tolerance for mistakes that damage the brand. Sarah didn't file a formal complaint, but she didn't have to, because Kensington had been in the lobby during the whole thing, watching from near the restaurant entrance, listening. And what he saw was his head of security profiling a guest based on appearance, escalating a non-situation into a confrontation, creating a scene in front of paying guests. Worse, doing it to a veteran. Kensington is sitting behind his desk when Webb enters, doesn't invite him to sit. "Tell me what happened in the lobby today." Webb swallows. "Sir, I approached an individual who appeared to be loitering, asked him his purpose for being here. When he couldn't provide—" "Stop." Kensington's voice is quiet, but it carries weight. "That individual was the father of one of our employees, waiting for his daughter, who you could have verified with a single phone call to events." "I did verify."
before you'd already decided he was a problem, before you'd already put your hands on him. Webb's stomach drops. Sir, I was following protocol for what? Keeping veterans out of our lobby because they don't look wealthy enough? The words hit like a slap. That's not, I didn't know he was, you didn't know because you didn't ask. You made an assumption, and then you doubled down on it even after you confirmed his daughter works here. Silence. Kensington picks up a pen, clicks it once. I was a Marine for 22 years. I served with people who looked like Carter. Good people. People who take a bullet for a stranger without thinking twice. And you know what they all had in common? Webb doesn't answer. Nobody thanked them for it. They came home to minimum wage jobs and broken down apartments, and people like you treating them like they're a threat to be managed. Sir, I'm sorry. You're not fired, Kensington cuts him off, but you're being formally reprimanded. It goes in your file, and you're going to write a letter of apology to Carter. A real one, not some corporate template. You're going to tell him exactly what you did wrong and why. Webb nods, face burning. And one more thing, Kensington leans forward. If I ever see you profile someone based on how they look, you're done. I don't care if they're wearing a garbage bag and pushing a shopping cart. You treat them the same respect you'd give a guest in a $5,000 suit. Understood? Yes, sir. Get out. Webb leaves, and for the rest of his career at that hotel, he'll remember the man in the faded jacket and the USS Roosevelt t-shirt. 3 days later, Carter returns to the hotel. Same jacket, same boots, same t-shirt underneath. But this time, he's not waiting in the lobby. He's being escorted to the private event space on the 3rd floor because Sarah planned something, a veteran appreciation luncheon. Small, quiet, just a dozen former service members and their families, Navy, Army, Marines, Air Force, ages ranging from 25 to 78. She'd been planning it for weeks, part of her new role, community outreach, building relationships with local veteran organizations. And when the GM heard about the lobby incident, he didn't just approve the event, he funded it, personally. Full catering, open bar, a plaque for each veteran thanking them for their service. When Carter walks into the event space, he stops, because this isn't what he expected. The room is decorated simply but with care. American flag in the corner, tables set with white linens, photos on the walls, historical shots of ships, planes, bases, missions, and in the center of each table a small card. Thank you for your service. Your sacrifice is not forgotten. Sarah meets him at the door. She's changed to something less corporate, jeans and a simple blouse, more daughter than events coordinator. Surprise, she says quietly. Carter's eyes are wet. He doesn't speak, just pulls her into a hug that lasts longer than either of them planned. Webb doesn't attend the luncheon, but he watches from the hallway as veterans file in, some in old uniforms that barely fit anymore, some in civilian clothes with unit patches sewn on, some with canes, some with prosthetics, all with stories. And when Carter walks in, jacket zipped up, boots still cracked, Webb sees him differently. Not as someone who doesn't belong, as someone who earned the right to belong anywhere. Later, after the luncheon ends and guests are leaving, Carter stops in the hallway. Webb is standing near the elevator. Hadn't planned to be there, but somehow ended up in Carter's path. They look at each other for a moment, then Carter extends his hand. No hard feelings, Carter says simply. Webb shakes it. I was wrong about everything. Yeah, you were. It's not forgiveness, really, but it's acknowledgement, and sometimes that's enough. Because humiliation doesn't always come from words. Sometimes it comes from a look, a tone, a hand on your shoulder. Sometimes it comes from being invisible in a room full of people who see you but choose not to. And sometimes the people we judge the quickest, the ones we decide don't belong based on nothing but appearance, are the ones who've earned our respect the most. Carter served 6 years on a nuclear-powered aircraft carrier. He kept a reactor running in the middle of the ocean so people back home could sleep safely at night. So people like Webb could serve in Iraq knowing the Navy had their back. But for 3 minutes in a hotel lobby, he was treated like trash because his jacket had a broken zipper and his boots saw better days. But here's what Marcus Webb learned that day. Dignity isn't about what you wear. It's about what you've done when no one was watching. And respect isn't something you give based on appearance. It's something you owe based on character. Some people wear their service on their sleeve. Others wear it underneath a faded jacket. And the difference between the two says nothing about them and everything about us.